and I will be your MC today. Welcome to Nipro webinar that organized by the CPHI Southeast Asia. For CPHI Southeast Asia, we are the platform where we gather all expert, innovation, and technology in pharma industry. As we know that this session supported by Nipro Corporation, Nipro continue to develop to provide products and technologies for pharmaceutical packaging that need by people around the world to fulfill their health. And today we come with the topic, primary pharmaceutical packaging solutions. It is my pleasure to introduce our speaker. First, Ms. Annick Somers, CMO of Nipro Europe Group Companies. Next, Mr. Kapil Dev, Director Sales, India, Nipro Pharma Packaging International. And Mr. Cohen Research, Business Development Director, Nipro Pharma Packaging International. And we are going to start the webinar soon. If you have any question, please leave your question in the Q&A box, and we will reply via email. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for joining Nipro's webinar. Today's goal is to help you get acquainted with Nipro in general and introduce you to some of Nipro's key products that can be the answer to some of your challenges. Our main task is to have you, the pharmaceutical companies, focus on your core business, the development and manufacture of pharmaceutical drug products, whereas Nipro is ready to be your preferred strategic partner in primary packaging systems. In the next hour or so, you will hear more about our products that are designed to have you make the most out of your drug products, such as our siliconized vials, our pre-fillable syringes, and our offering beyond glass. Discover how the right packaging can and will make a difference. But first, a quick introduction into Nipro as a company. You must have already noticed the symbol in our logo. It represents infinity and has a very powerful meaning, as it represents the Deming circle or the PDCA cycle. Challenging oneself to constantly improve. We take this a step further. We take this as a firm commitment to our industry, a commitment to health and care. Therefore, represented by our infinity symbol, our continuous commitment to care is more than just a symbol. It is who we are and what we aim to do. If you want to see our infinity symbol on this prominent tower, you need to head out to Osaka, Japan, where you will find Nipro's headquarters. Late Mr. Sano founded the company of Nihon Glass Shoji, currently known as Nipro Corporation Japan, back in 1954. He started small with selling glass tubing for ampules and pill bottles, with origins in glass tubing for those ampules and set pill bottles. Nipro has spent the last 65 plus years perfecting the art of glass and beyond. We are fortunate to come from a heritage of Japanese excellence where superior standards, high quality, state-of-the-art production sites, first-class medical training, and unceasing R&D are inherent characteristics. This is the base from which we have incorporated additional technologies and practices inspired by our larger global network, all in an effort to provide the most elevated patient care and safety. Nowadays, Nipro can count on over 35,000 colleagues that all work towards improving patient outcomes and quality of life worldwide. They work across the globe in as many as 65 plus production sites and close to 250 sales offices. Nipro employs well over 750 colleagues in their 7 R&D centers. The areas of research are products for cellular and regenerative medicine. Together with the university, we have developed a therapy for patients with cerebral infarctions and serious spinal cord injuries. This novel and groundbreaking therapy has resulted in paralyzed patients walking again in Japan. Other areas of research are dialysis-related and general medical devices, as well as high-performance medical containers. Lastly, Nipro takes pride in having 25 training centers. Over 10,000 trainees participate in procedural courses organized by Nipro's IMAP or Institute of Medical Practice, and this on a yearly basis. Most of those training courses are organized for the end users, such as doctors and nurses of Nipro's products, predominantly in the medical devices business, the largest division with Nipro Corporation, covering the grounds of renal care, diabetes care, vascular and interventional surgery, and more. Nipro's Pharmaceutical division produces its own products and operates as the biggest CMO in Japan. The Pharma Packaging division, mainly geared towards addressing the packaging of parenteral drug products, grows year on year and is one of its kind in terms of its vertical integration. Nipro Pharma Packaging is specialized in developing and manufacturing advanced pharma packaging products, as well as complete packaging solutions for early development drugs and the enhancement of packaging solutions for existing drugs, from melting borosilicate type 1 glass to the manufacture of the most complex injection system, including devices that enable and facilitate optimal reconstitution. Nipro is a complete primary packaging system provider that goes beyond glass. Billions of premium pharma packaging products are manufactured by Nipro. 19 production sites in North America, Europe, India, Russia, China, and Japan make Nipro a solid global leading player in the pharma packaging industry. As a CGMP compliant company, strict quality systems govern all processes in our plants, complying with the prevailing industry standards such as ISO 15378. As mentioned at the very beginning of this presentation, Nipro aims to have you focus on your drug product and will be by your side along that journey. You can count on Nipro to support you in the packaging selection, in the registration phase, when going commercial, and when having gone off patent. A partner throughout the entire product lifecycle. That's Nipro's understanding of a continuous partnership. Let's now have a closer look into how our packaging systems can make a difference. Learn from Mr. Kapil Durve, our Director of Sales in India, what we have to offer in ampules and vials.
Also from my side, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone attending. Greetings out of India. As mentioned by Anik, in the next 15 to 20 minutes, I will indeed gladly present to you Nipro's glass ampules and vials. Moreover, we will also tap into the journeys towards excellence that is implemented at Nipro India. Nipro has 2 pharma packaging manufacturing facilities in India. On the one hand, it's totally refurbished tube drop plant in Meerut, whereas Nipro, well known as NSV51 glass, is being produced. And on the other hand, it is very recent tubular glass converting plant near Pune, which was officially inaugurated in 2018. This means that Nipro India covers all grounds from start to finish. We are active in drawing premium glass, developing and manufacturing innovative primary packaging and performing distinct analysis. To do so, Nipro India can rely on exceptional knowledge, base and expertise supported by the global team. I'll take you to the high quality state-of-the-art facility, which is our Khandala site, which is the finest and most advanced tubular glass manufacturing facilities in India. All key production processes such as tube loading, forming, inline visual inspection have been automated that yields products that meets the highest cosmetic and dimensional requirements of the pharmaceutical industry. The plant is equipped with the latest technological machinery engineered in Europe and has an in-phase and installed capacity of 260 million pieces of premium glass vials and ampoules. Our efforts to upgrade our offering have been warmly welcomed by multiple leading pharmaceutical companies as they have validated and approved our plant. This success had an accelerated growth strategy. We can now inform you that phase 2 of our plant is well underway. We will double our capacity in the near future. Let's have a quick and closer look into the plant and its processes.
The converting process is fully automated. It begins with a thorough inspection of all incoming raw materials that were carefully transported from the warehouse to the converting lines. Fully automated tube loaders are used to carefully load glass tubing onto the line, further ensuring optimal cosmetic specifications of the final packaging. The glass is heated by gas burners to precise controlled temperatures and formed with high precision tooling into the required form. Our high-end inspection system controls an extensive array of cosmetic and dimensional specifications suited for standard and high-end biotech drugs. The facility also hosts a siliconization processing line for vials. Upon customer request, products are homogeneously siliconized using automated systems for exact processing. Fully automated packing systems equipped with photosensors control the careful packing of glass containers into their protective packaging. Finished goods as well as raw materials are stored under controlled conditions in our modern warehouse. The storage area features extensive quality inspections, tightly controlled access, and the movement of goods by machine. In-house laboratory testing is performed to confirm compliance with relevant pharmacopoeias. Only released products will leave the storage area and ship to our customers. The Khandala facility meets all quality requirements of the industry and is certified as per ISO standards, including ISO Clean Room standards. Utilities at the Khandala site are equipped with an array of advanced technologies to ensure the efficient and continuous supply of our production processes.
You have just seen a glimpse of our manufacturing facility as part of our journey towards excellence. But what does this mean for the actual products? For our ampoules and vials, let's start with the ampoules. Unlike in the past, we do no longer feed the glass tubes into the lines manually. In fact, everything is automated. There is no manual contact from start to end of the process, thanks to the carefully engineered machines and streamlined processes that in their turn allow for high-speed manufacturing. Both visual inspection and annealing are integrated in the line. Some salient features of our ampoules, like a more in-depth look into the lines, reveal the key features summarizing. Automatic glass tube loaders loads tubes into the line. Subsequently, tubes are transported automatically onto the forming machine. What happens in the forming process? Burners will first form the top of the ampoule, afterwards will close the bottom. The formed ampoules are transported automatically into the converting lines. The hot end dimensional inspection checks and confirms stem dimension and constriction dimension. Ampoules that are out of specs are automatically rejected. Optionally, the line still foresees further forming, printing, air cleaning. We are flexible in setting up the required add-ons as per the agreement with our customers. The ampoules are then ready to go into the annealing oven, where they are reheated to the right annealing temperature to remove any remaining tension that was created to the glass due to the forming process. Having reached the cold end inspection, the inline visual inspection systems checks again for dimensional, cosmetic and printing defects. The ampoules will then move on the conveyor belt into the clean room, where they are auto-packed. Glass ampoules, as to the ampoules Nipro India can manufacture from 1 ml to 20 ml. However, if you need to go beyond, we can accommodate this as well. Nipro Group can produce volumes up to 50 ml. All our glass ampoules are precisely shaped for pharmaceutical applications, be it B, C, D, both fine or double tip or in clear and amber, printed, surface treated with various braking systems. We master all. We acknowledge the importance of ampoules very much so in certain markets, and we will continue to invest in the ampoules business. Did you know, by the way, that 1 out of 4 ampoules used worldwide is produced by Nipro? We are glad to share that thing with you. We take pride our ampoules as they are known for precise shape consistently, optimized and stable steam braking force, strong resistance against thermal shocks, while respecting tight cosmetic tolerances. Moving on to Nipro's vials now. Vials as such have been a very hot topic in times of capacity constraints. Also, Nipro has contributed significantly to the fight against the pandemic by supplying vials both for preventive and therapeutic interventions. In phase 2 of our plant in India, we will mainly focus on expanding our vials capacity. Like we did for the ampule section, let's have a look at the journey towards excellence as meant for vials specifically. Evaluation of manufacturing and quality similar to the ampoules, our processes are now completely automatic and in line from start to finish. From automatic tube feeding until the auto packing in clean room environment. Bottom line is our latest production lines yield from a product perspective improved consistency, enhanced robustness and optimized quality. They also allow us to provide you with the greater flexibility, and the market can benefit from the highly needed increased capacity. Key manufacturing and inspection technologies in this schematic presentation, I would like to emphasize the next level visual inspection system our lines are equipped with. The dimensional inspection checks no less than 12 different points per vial. Cosmetically, our vials also get inspected by as many as 7 cameras. All of our vials have to pass the very strict inspection plan that we have in place as per the agreement with the customer. Quality is an essential element in Nipro's mission to provide premium primary packaging. Nipro has substantially raised the bar in setting the quality standard for its products. Supported by our quality levels, we can offer the right kind of product, the right kind of quality level, the right kind of your drug. Enable, enhance, engage are the quality levels Nipro has introduced for its products. As mentioned by Anik in the first presentation, choosing the right kind of packaging for the drug products is a part of our continuous partnership. Choosing the right kind of quality level, agreeing on the specs associated is what we do together. Our production lines do warrant aforementioned quality levels. Also here, we start with automatic loading of the tubes. The operator only needs to ensure to keep the register filled. The forming of the vial is produced vertically. The gas burners will first form the vial neck and shoulder in several steps. Precise control and accurate position of the burners and forming tools enable consistent reproducible forming of the vial neck. While the bottom is formed in several steps, the vial is separated from the remaining glass tube. Also here, precise control and accurate position of burners and forming tools facilitate the reproducibility of the vial's bottom. Next, we have to carefully move from vertical forming to a horizontal line on the conveyor belt, ensuring there is no glass-to-glass contact. We don't have any impact on cosmetic quality attributes of the vial, where the add-on facilities in the line. Think of air cleaning nozzles, water washing and suck station, a station equipped to perform sulfur treatment, and an automatic picker and placer from the line to the annealing furnace. A total height and bottom concavity checking station is also a possibility, as well as an additional inspection system to check the inner diameter of the vial. Irrespective of the optional add-ins, all vials pass through the annealing oven where the stress present in the glass inherent in the forming process is removed. It also removes organic residuals and possible contaminations. After the annealing process, all vials will be again camera inspected for cosmetic and dimensional defect. Following which, the vials are further carefully transported into the clean room where the vial lines are controlled and machine packed in hermetically sealed packing units, shrink wrapped in PE films, again contributing to keeping the cosmetic quality of the vials intact. Our additional offline quality controls are constant monitoring of raw materials, real-time statistical process control, regular in-process controls, and extensive analysis before final release, which is dimensional, cosmetic, chemical, and physical. As to vials, Nipro India can manufacture 2 to 50 ml vials. Also here, however, in case of other needs, the team in India always gets supported by the global manufacturing network. We can have access to volumes from 2 ml to 100 ml in crimp neck vials. For screw neck vials, we can even go up to a filling volume of 125 ml. Clear or amber, packed in bulk or in tray, or even sterilized following, Nipro can provide it. V-bottom vials, unidose vials, high recovery vials are all within our offering. Let's take it a step further through what we can add as an innovative technological process onto the regular manufacturing of the vials. What if we can really provide advanced protection to the drug product in the same vial? What if we can boost the efficacy of your drug by minimizing drug residue again in the same vial? These are the kinds of challenges that we wanted to address as we developed Vial-X and our siliconized vials. Siliconized vials make every drop count. In May of 2021, a study using a test method recognized in our industry was performed in India, confirmed that siliconized vials produced by Nipro Pharma Packaging India provide lower drug residual volumes compared to non-siliconized vials. The results showed a very significant positive impact with regard to drug residue. Let's have a quick look in the production process. Discover how a siliconization process runs. Also, this process is totally automated and designed not to have any glass-to-glass contact. Upon customer request, the vials are homogeneously siliconized using automated systems for exact processing. The additional silicon layer with its hydrophobic properties prevents high viscosity drugs from sticking to the internal glass surface, which leads to glass drug residuals, meaning the test solution left over in siliconized vials is considerably less than in non-siliconized vials. Vials with a lower drug residual volume offer a substantial benefit depending on the degree of reduction. Pharmaceutical companies will be able to reduce the overfill of the vials. In addition to the cost reduction, this also allows an additional number of vials to be filled with the valuable medication that is saved, making each and every drop count. So far, our Vial-X are not yet manufactured in India, yet they are available for the Indian market whenever required. Here, Vial-X vials protect your drug. Other than the siliconization process, the Vial-X technology again is an inline process, step in the forming line. Potential internal deformations in the glass that may lead to delamination is what we correct in Vial-X. As the Vial-X process mitigates the effects from the converting process on the inner surface of the vial, the glass returns to the pristine state of the glass tube. Prior to the converting process, it rejuvenates the glass and as such drastically improves surface durability. As sodium borate deposits gets removed, low level of alkalinity are observed with minimized deviations and therefore equivalent to unconverted tubing glass. As the inner glass surface improves, Vial-X enhances the chemical durability. The surface in the critical zone, such as the heel, improves, therefore more resistant to prevailing drug formulations. Removing sodium borate deposits and improving the inner glass surface leads to low level of extractables and reduced pH shift, ultimately resulting in a minimized risk of interactions between drug formulations and vial surface. Vial-X indeed protects your drug. You can count on reduced risk of delamination, increased drug stability, and extended shelf life potential. Long-term study shows the results what I mentioned just now. Industry standards vials and vials treated with Vial-X have been filled with various buffer solutions. Filled vials were stored for 24 weeks at 40 degrees. SEM images were taken from inner glass surface, that is heel area, to assess the degree of interactions between the vial inner surface and the buffer solution. Also to see if there is a difference between industry standard vials and the vials treated with Vial-X. Vial-X treated vials showed an improved surface durability, less interactions when compared to an industrial standard vial. The key benefits of Vial-X: the pharmaceutical industry continues its pressure to reduce alkalinity level, a major challenge, while asking for minimal regulatory impact, all for the safety and benefit of the patient. While several options are available in the market today, each has their inherent drawbacks and challenges. Launched in 2016, Vilex was the first to address all the industry's requirement and with 100% API compliance. While there is much more we can say still on ampoules and vials, it is time for my colleague to take over and introduce you to Nipro's pre-filled syringes. But before I hand over to him, why should you consider Nipro as your partner for vials and ampoules? What to remember? First of all, we can rely on a sure and steady supply of glass tubing as we make it ourselves. We can draw on decades of expertise in manufacturing of premium packaging products, and we have the right resources, both equipment and staff, to do so. As a global leading player, we can count on our wide manufacturing network. Risk mitigation. With Vilex, we have a unique technology in-house that addresses a challenge that the pharmaceutical industry has been facing for years now. Moreover, in the times of capacity constraint, our siliconized vials can be the answer to the making of the most of your drug product. Confidently, I can state that packaging in this case does make a difference. Do visit our website www.niprogroup.com for more information and get in touch with us. From India, we salute you, and now we move back to Belgium to our colleague Koen Wissers. Thank you so much. Over to Koen.
Also from my side, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody present here. Greetings out of Europe. As touched upon by Kapil, in the next 15 to 20 minutes we will explore the prefillable syringes or PFS together. Discover how Nipro can help you in providing the most fitting system for your needs, from standard to the most advanced ones. Whether you are seeking to fill an anticoagulant, a vaccine, or a complex large molecule, we can provide the right answer to your individual challenges, as no challenge is less important than the other. Allow me to repeat what was mentioned before. Our core expertise is developing and manufacturing primary pharmaceutical packaging, precisely adapted to your drug product requirements, either for early development drugs or at a later stage when needing to optimize or switch your existing drug containers. As you focus on your core expertise and we focus on ours, we will be able to bring the best possible drug container combination to the market. It was mentioned before that Nipro is a vertically integrated partner. Now let's see how this would benefit you thinking of PFS specifically. As a vertically integrated company, we are not only providing you with your customized packaging. In a first instance, we advise you on and manufacture for you the right quality of glass tubing. This is essential, as key specifications of your final container are defined by the specifications of your glass tubing, such as outer diameter, wall thickness, stones, and knots. Our glass tubing complies to prevailing pharmacopoeias in the US, Europe, and Japan, and various leading prefillable syringe manufacturers rely on and prefer our NSV 51 glass. Your primary container will be converted in one of our state-of-the-art manufacturing sites, equipped with the latest dimensional and cosmetic inspection technology, ensuring that container attributes match precisely to the agreed quality levels. In case you encounter some challenges during the development of new containers, or you want to re-evaluate existing containers, our laboratory services will be able to engage you to find a solution. Lastly, we can provide you with a range of products that you can combine with your syringes to differentiate your drug product, to improve end-user experience, and so forth. Think of nasal spray, hard case needle, and reconstitution devices. With decades of experience in the development and production of syringes, we know the business inside out. Together, we begin by selecting the right raw material, followed by defining all relevant syringe specifications, and then agreeing upon your required service level. In the last decades, Nipro has become a trusted business partner for some of the leading pharmaceutical companies of the industry. You can choose from an innovative portfolio of syringes meeting today's market requirements, such as low silicon, baked on silicon, low or no tungsten, and precise dimensional specifications, just to name a few. Quality is key to meeting your drug product requirements. With our dedicated PFS plant complying to prevailing market ISO standards, state-of-the-art manufacturing lines equipped with the latest technology, we produce premium syringes precisely to your drug product requirements as per ISO 11040-4 for prefillable syringes. Providing you with a premium quality product is just one part. Delivering you with a convincing service level is another. You will work with dedicated teams covering various business aspects: sales, technical support, regulatory support, and customer service. Globally, there are currently more than 10,000 drugs in the product pipeline. For those drugs, the predominant routes of administration are injection and oral. Be it for chemically synthesized, biotech, biosimilar, or generic drugs, the demand for prefillable syringes is growing. Therefore, we are continuously extending our production capacity to support our business partners' growth. A first phase of the expansion plan has pushed the initial capacity from 80 million pieces to our current 300 million pieces in a span of only 5 years. An additional substantial capacity expansion over the coming 2 years marks the next phase in Nipro Pharma Packaging's ambitious long-term growth strategy for prefillable glass syringes. It's not only an expansion in volume, but also an investment in additional technology needed to address the specific needs stemming from complex large molecule biotech drugs. Nipro's manufacturing plant in Münnerstadt, Germany, acts as Nipro's center of excellence when it comes to the production of prefillable syringes. While the actual beginning of the production process, such as the tube loading and forming, may resemble the forming process of vials and ampoules, the entire process entails more complexity and many more steps. Other materials come into play: a needle, a lure lock, a tip cap, a needle shield, and the vast majority of the syringes that we are asked to produce are presented in a sterilized format. Nipro has aptly branded this as D2F, or direct to fill. As customers choose to have their products delivered in a direct to fill presentation, they can immediately start the fill and finish process at their end, without having to first wash and siliconize the barrels again. I suggest we now first take a look at the production process, following which we can go further into detail in the actual production steps. Welcome to Münnerstadt. The plant layout that you see here does not reflect anymore the latest, as we are amidst of big capacity expansions. However, the process has not changed. First of all, the glass tubes need to enter the production grounds and are then automatically fed onto the lines, thanks to a robotic system that carefully loads the glass tubing onto the forming machine. The operator only needs to ensure that the register stays filled. Next, we move towards the gas burners and forming tools. Mass flow controllers ensure precise and stable flames. Similar to vials and ampoules, we also start with forming the top. In case of the PFS, this is called the tip. The tip forming happens in multiple steps. Tungsten or platinum pins are available for channel forming. Our syringes are known to exhibit low tungsten. Our laser-based cutting process has received nice feedback and was nominated to receive an award for innovation in 2016. Compared to the traditional flame heating process, a laser beam heats up a very narrow section around the grinded area and allows a more precise cutting process, leading to a significant decrease of glass particle generation during the cutting process. It also avoids cracks in the cutting area, resulting in finger flanges with increased mechanical durability. Finger flanges are being formed next. We have multiple vision systems for dimensional and cosmetic inspections in line. Dimensionally, we will inspect the cone, the shoulder, and the finger flange. Cosmetically, we check for scratches, cracks, airlines, bubbles, stones, and particles. We can print the dose marks and scales on the barrel in different colors. Now, the barrels are ready to de-stress in the annealing oven and will benefit from a stronger mechanical durability. After the annealing process, again our syringes will be submitted to camera inspection. Each syringe will receive a cosmetic inspection. Other than the previous cosmetic check, we now also check the print. After this camera inspection, a robotic system carefully loads the syringes into rondo trays. At no point in time will there be any glass-to-glass contact. In case you want to have a stake needle syringe, the process continues with needle bonding. First, the robot will unpack the bulk syringes from the rondo trays into the bonding machine. The next robot will place the needle into the syringe tip. Correct placement of the needle into the tip is also safeguarded by a camera. Exact amount of glue is distributed, after which the syringe is transferred into the UV channel where the curing gets performed. Dimensional and mechanical inspections check each and every syringe for hook detection, total length, free and usable needle length, upright orientation, axial deviation, clogged or blocked needle detection, and many more. The needle-staked syringes that have passed all of the stringent tests will now again be carefully loaded into rondo trays. If you choose for your syringes to be sterilized, they now need to pass through Nipro's washing and siliconization process. Like before, the syringes first need to be depacked. Sensors will perform tray detection. The servo-driven washing and drying nozzles are high performers in our washing and drying process and are instrumental in the removal of particles. Additionally, our syringes pass by a drying tunnel prior to siliconization. We have servo-controlled siliconization nozzles that allow a very precisely weighing, distributing and dosing the silicon. Customized siliconization profiles can be developed upon request. Exact silicon amount used will support, of course, the drug container compatibility. Siliconization also gets inspected. Presence, homogeneity and overlapping. In order to meet the container closure integrity requirements, prefillable syringes need to be carefully closed off. Our fully automatic sorting and assembly of the closures allows for an accurate needle shield and closure placement. Our inline X-ray inspection system will now check and confirm whether the needle is assembled correctly into the needle shield. After this check, it's time to have the syringes put into the nests. After this check, it's time to have the syringes put into the nests, but not before we have cleaned both nest and tubs. We use an ionization system to do so. The nests then get placed into the tubs, and will undergo again a check to see whether the nest is full and whether all closures are present. The tub will then receive its Tyvek insert, lid and sealing. Again, all is completely automated. Also, this Tyvek placement will be fully inspected. The camera will check for Tyvek positioning and presence and will look into sealing seam quality. Now we are nearly at the last step, where the sealed tub will be transferred into a breather bag and gets welded. After this, the breather bags receive its final packaging that gets checked. Upon the OK, they are now ready to be palletized and moved to the outbound warehouse for shipment to the external sterilization company that will perform ETO sterilization. So as we speak, we are continuously expanding our production capacity. A new building will house 10 additional state-of-the-art converting lines. A fully automated warehouse is completed and a brand new administration building is in operation. That was a lot of explanation, but I think quite necessary to share with you. The many inspections we have in place throughout the entire cycle are key for the success of drug container compatibility when on the market. You have now also heard that we can provide staked needle syringes, be in bulk or siliconized. You want to have a specific siliconization profile to be discussed. You want to discuss tungsten. Our quality levels will guide you in selecting the right container. So each drug product has specific cosmetic, dimensional, functional, chemical requirements. To meet those specific drug product requirements, the quality needs to be defined. The process of defining the right quality of a prefillable syringe is complex, as a lot of parameters must be considered. In order to facilitate and accelerate this process, we have developed Nipro's quality levels. Each quality level has been created to meet specific drug product requirements. For PFS, this means the following. Enable is what we would recommend for prevailing drug products, such as small molecules, anticoagulants, WFI, and diluents. Enhance is what we would advise you to use for highly sensitive drugs, such as large molecules, vaccines, biotech, cosmetics, and ophthalmics. Engage, on the other hand, is something specific. It is not necessarily the next level of quality, but more addresses complexity and customization. Think of particular drug products that go beyond the enhanced quality level and require highly flexible options in order to provide out-of-the-box solutions. Even an adaptation of our current production process. It demonstrates the Nipro DNA to provide flexible solutions. Each quality level allows for a fast and simple fine-tuning of your product, service, and data requirements. You are in charge, or better, together we align and define. Together we define your needs and then we choose the quality, select the options, receive the trial batch and documentation, and welcome your new commercial products. First, let's see what benefits Enable syringes typically offer to small molecules, anticoagulants, water for injection, and diluents. The Enable syringe quality is based upon 3 pillars: supporting an optimized processability during your high-speed fill-finish operations, providing you with a standard data package with all necessary key data to accelerate the acceptance of goods, and allowing a reliable and safer manual administration for a better end-user experience. Now, depending on your drug, you can choose from a wide range of Enable syringes, from 0.5 milliliter up to 3 milliliter, lure slip, lure lock or stake needle with different flange and shoulder types. For stake needle syringes, you can choose from 3 types of standard needles with V-bevel and different wall types depending on your specific drug viscosity. The right closure is crucial as it has direct contact with your drug product. Our rubber materials are supplied from standard suppliers of the pharmaceutical industry. You can choose from different needle shields, soft or rigid, or newly developed Nipro cap link, as well as the easy turn tip cap for lure lock syringes and the ribbed tip cap for lure slip syringes. Now, what to remember? Enable syringes are designed to meet prevailing drug product requirements. Together with your Nipro contact, you can decide whether Enable would be the right choice for you. If still further requirements would be needed, you may want to consider choosing for enhanced syringes. An enhanced syringe is your optimal choice for highly sensitive drugs, large molecules, biotechs, cosmetics, and ophthalmic drugs, as typically they require prefillable syringes with special characteristics. The enhanced syringe quality is based upon 4 pillars, supporting an excellent drug container compatibility, allowing for a smooth integration of the syringe into auto-injection devices, designing a product to facilitate a reliable processability during fill-finish operations in terms of minimizing drug loss, and providing an extended data package for fast processing of goods. For the sake of time, let's first focus today on the compatibility factor. The excellent compatibility between drug and syringe is supported by the following 3 elements. Our syringes offer a reduced risk of interactions due to the fact that the tungsten level is controlled. Lure syringes can be provided in a tungsten-free version. In this case, we are using a platinum gold alloy pin instead of a regular tungsten pin. Another element for an excellent drug container compatibility is the optimized silicon amount and distribution. For very sensitive drugs, a low silicon amount can be selected to create less risk of protein aggregation. The silicon distribution is 100% inspected inline to be homogeneous, avoiding silicon droplets and facilitating smooth plunger performance. A last element is a minimized particle level. During the manufacturing process, a tight inspection of glass particles and foreign matter takes place. Batch release is only upon measurement of particles through light obscuration. So we have just addressed the compatibility between drug and container, but we have to do more. Due to an increasing number of drugs with high viscosity, typically these are the large molecule drugs, and end user preference, more drugs are sold in auto-injection devices. Enhanced syringes have been designed for a reliable integration into these auto-injectors. The rigid or soft needle shields are camera X-ray inspected for not being pierced, preventing the auto-injectors with unseen loss of container closure integrity. Additionally, the needle shield's concentricity is controlled for a smooth assembly of syringe and auto-injector. A reduced needle shield pull-off force allows for a reliable use of cap removers. The syringe dimensions are strictly controlled for a precise fit into the device. Especially strong flanges support a safe operation of the injection mechanism. A low break loose force and consistent plunger gliding force enable complete dose deliveries. Now, depending on your drug, you can choose from a range of enhanced syringes, choosing a filling volume of 0.5 ml, 1 ml long, 225 ml or 3 ml, and a lure lock or stake needle with different flange and shoulder types. For stake syringes, you can choose from two types of needles, 27 gauge half-inch thin wall or 29 gauge half-inch thin wall. The right closure is crucial, as it has direct contact with your drug product and ensures container closure integrity. The rubber materials of closures are carefully selected to meet the requirements of highly sensitive drug products. They are supplied by standard suppliers of the pharmaceutical industry. You can choose from different rigid needle shields for stake needles, for lure lock syringes, lure integrated Nipro cap, or VOVS, the Vetter system is available. So what to remember? Enhanced syringes are indeed your optimal choice for highly sensitive drugs. We also still have a subsection in our enhanced offering, and that is mainly geared towards vaccines. The quality of the enhanced syringes for vaccines is built upon three pillars: securing a precise control of key attributes for fast processability. The volumes that vaccine manufacturers have to produce is considerable, therefore quality and speed have to go together. Designing a product for safer and easier administrations. Lastly, providing a full data package for fast processing of goods. So we've handled enable, enhance, and now it's time to briefly touch upon our engage syringes. Think customization, think complexity, think out of the ordinary. Enable and enhance syringes are within our standard product range. However, we are aware that specific drugs products require particularly specialized solutions that may not be covered by our standard enable and enhance portfolio. We offer this flexibility and specialization with our engage syringes. Discuss together with our teams of experts regarding your custom requirements and get ready to be supplied with a syringe that is custom developed and manufactured for your drug product. Let's work together towards an out-of-the-box solution. There is much more that I could explain still on Nipro's offering in the field of prefillable syringes. Three important innovations that I still want to mention is firstly our link, our lure integrated cap, that the market is already validating now and is ready to accept. Important vaccine syringes will in the future be closed by this cap. Secondly, meet our Exodose, Nipro's nasal spray. This special tip has been developed answering to the needs of Japanese pharmaceutical companies that are searching for a different type of route of administration. These compact-sized systems ensure exact dosing, very accurate administration, and are very easily and quickly prepared. A perfect combination of safety and accuracy. That is Nipro's Exodose. And lastly, our colleagues in Japan avail of a brand new baked-on silicon line. Some pharmaceutical companies prefer to work with this technology. We are happy that also their needs we can now meet. Typically, syringes with baked-on silicon inside are looked at when in search of primary packaging for highly sensitive drugs, as per the preference of the customer. Bottom line, we operate in a partnership, and all along we will look for the best possible system for your drug. Finding this best possible system will benefit your drug product, your company, and ultimately also the end user as well as the patients. The right packaging will get the job done. Let's, however, not just stop at glass. What can we do more? This is something that Annick will explain to you next. Thank you very much for your time. and do follow us on LinkedIn or browse our website.
A big thank you to Kapil and Koen for their explanations. I will indeed be concluding today's session with a topic that goes beyond glass. So far, we have visited our ampules, vials, and syringes. But what makes us a truly vertically integrated company? And what makes us a full system or total solution provider? Some might call it a one-stop shop. I'd like to call it your preferred partner along the entire value chain. Since we have our own Nipro Pharma division, we learn firsthand from our colleagues what pharmaceutical companies need, whereas our colleagues from the medical division that are in daily contact with the healthcare providers, they tell us what is needed in a hospital or even home setting. This feedback we use to complement our products and to make sure that the drug product can get delivered in the safest and most efficient way, therefore beyond glass packaging. A crucial element in primary packaging